What's up, everybody? I'm Richard.
And I'm Shawn.
And we are speaking the language of bromance. And Shawn, I miss your face so much. Because we haven't seen each other for like at least 2 days.
Yeah, it's been 6 days since we've talked in the internet world. It's been a while since we've done one of these episodes because we've had our Brocation. We've had a movie draft, or not a movie draft, but we had a LOBarmy movie pitch. And then we had, this is maybe in the future, maybe in the past, I don't know because it's the internet, but we had an in-game review. So, Richard, we're going to go back to our bread and butter. How'd you like Endgame? Did you like it?
What I loved is it made me super sad when Thanos brought Gamora back from the dead and then
threw her off the cliff again. I don't understand why he did it. He's like, I resurrected you. She's like, oh my God, we should go to family counseling. Yeah. We're just kidding. This is in the past right now. We haven't seen it yet. Little taste.
Although I'll tell you what, if any of those things happen, then I am going to quit my job and become a full-time wizard.
I'm going to do podcast. So, Richard, the winning lottery numbers for this date are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. I was going to say, if we were doing this on video, we'd just put our hands over our mouths and be like, and the winning numbers are 4, 28, 37.
Well, Richard, so what do you have for us in Tales of Wonder, mystery, intrigue?
Shawn, I feel like we need to go back to our roots. We need to go back to our wheelhouse. We need to go back to where you and I function best.
But
where better do you know? Whoa, stop. Stop it.
You sound like my wife. We're out in public and I'm like, boop, boop. She's like, stop it.
Yeah, stop it. It's the same thing she says when you bring up butt stuff.
Yeah, but yours is more erotic. Like, usually she's like, stop it. Not very playful.
Mine's more passive aggressive. Hers is aggressive aggressive. No, Shawn, our wheelhouse is animals.
We do love
that's
some
our
animals.
bread and butter. That's where we live. So I'm going to talk to you about a mythical island, a mythical creature, and people, and the fact that people are terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm not burying the lead. I'm going to read you the headline, and I'm just going to let your mind expand from there. Ready? Here we go. Here's the headline. Komodo Island. There is a place called Komodo Island, number 1. Okay? Awesome. Komodo Island is going to close to tourists next year because people keep stealing the dragons.
Dragon eggs? Are they trying to be Darnarius Targaryen?
Yeah. I mean, Shawn, I'm 5'7", and I'm a man with a beard and a penis, and I want to be Daenerys Targaryen.
Hey, just so I can make it with Khal Drogo.
Right? No, I mean, stop it.
So there's a Komodo Island, which Komodos are like, isn't that like the Japanese like robes? Aren't those called Komodos?
No, those are kimonos.
Oh, kimonos. It's close.
No.
Like tomato.
Not really. It's not Komodo, Komodo.
You say it fast enough, it sounds the same.
I mean, if you're not paying attention, then yeah.
I mean, that is also our bread and butter.
Okay, so number 1, here's what I want to bring up. Number one, I don't think I've said this yet, but like, I think this is the only like species of animal that exists on the planet that has the word fucking dragon in its name.
I think so, yeah. I remember like back in the day, you remember those like zoology VHS videos they show you in school? You'd be like, apes.
Like National Geographic.
Sharks. Yeah. I remember one, it used to have like, it asked you questions in between. And one was like, on Earth, is there anything called a dragon? And everybody on the floor was like, no, that's stupid. And I was like, yes, there is. And everybody looked at me like I was stupid. And they didn't listen to the part where there's a Komodo dragon. I was right. And fuck all you kids in third grade.
How fucking... Okay, so how fucking cool that there's an animal that's actually called the Komodo dragon.
Yeah. And I always...
Like, it sounds like the fucking most metal animal you could ever think to own.
Yeah, and when you look at one, they look pretty fucking metal.
They look fucking rad, dude. That's a giant fuck-off lizard. I mean, it's not like an alligator size, but they're fucking big.
Yeah.
So we're gonna quick, like dip our toe. We're gonna dip our toe in the Wikipedia just on the Komodo dragon alone. Okay?
Let's do it.
So
first,
it's a member of the
during the Third Crusade, ordered by Pope John VI. He said, "You knights of the Komodo, of the Komodos, you go and fight the dragons." And that's where the round table discussed defeating the fire-breathing Komodo dragon.
It's a species of lizard. It's found in the Indonesian islands of Komodo, Rinca, Flores, and Gilmotang. There's a fucking island called Komodo. Is that why it's called the Komodo dragon?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
So
what came first, the Komodo dragon
on the
or
island?
Komodo Island?
On the island, do they just call them dragons?
I would hope so.
Like if you stop, if you're okay, so you're on a boat, right? And you're going along, you're like la la la, and you see this island, and you're like, oh, that's the island of Komodo, and you land on it, and there's a fucking sign like smashed into the beach, like a big old sign, and all it says is "Here there be dragons."
I always wonder if, like, whenever you think of like knights fighting dragons, when I was a kid, I always thought they would go to Komodo Island and fight these things. Because they are vicious little fuckers.
They are vicious little fuckers.
I don't think they're little either.
Okay,
they're like
it's the largest living species of lizard. What's a alligator or crocodile? Those aren't lizards?
That's a good point. What is an alligator?
They lay eggs, right?
Yeah.
Alligators lay eggs. It's not a mammal.
They must have it's a reptile. Oh, I guess it's a reptile. Not a lizard.
Oh, okay. Okay. I learned so much with you.
Oh, I bet it's because lizards, they do that.
Yeah, with the tongue
yeah,
thing.
they smell with
their
their
tongue. So do
tongue.
snakes, and they're reptiles.
Let's look at this.
Aha!
It's a good point.
I learned so much with you.
Yeah, they're reptiles. What the fuck's the difference between that and a lizard? Turtles, crocodiles, snakes, amphibians, lizards. Lizards are reptiles. Yeah,
they grow.
That's the class. The largest. They're all reptiles.
Okay. The largest living species of lizard, growing to a maximum length of 10 feet.
God damn!
That's a 10-foot fucking lizard.
Yeah, Richard, you know a basketball hoop? If you ever go out to the court and you look in a basketball hoop, that is from that to the ground, 10 feet. That's what the size of those dragons are.
So you're saying a Komodo dragon, a fully grown Komodo dragon, could stand on its hind legs?
Well, it'd stand on its tail.
Grab
I'm sure it
onto
measures
a basketball hoop
from head to tail. So if it could stand on the tippy top of its tail like a ballerina dancer from Russia,
like a kangaroo, if it could sit on its tail like a kangaroo, how fucking scary does that sound?
Yeah, could you imagine you live on Komodo and you walk out and there's like 6 of those things on their tails, like the tippy top of their tail, like doing a choreographed dance.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Oh, and you know what it'd be called, Richard?
What?
Dance of the Dragons.
Dragon dance.
And you'd see George R. R. Martin sitting there, and you just hear ba 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 ba.
Yeah, he's like, let's kill the mother.
He's like, this is why I can't finish the book. Every time I come out here, I see these guys, and it's mesmerizing and kind of scary at the same time.
Yeah, I'm mesma scared. So do you, on the island of Komodo, are they just on the island of Komodo? Are they just called dragons? It's kind of like, so there's a town in Maryland, and it's called, the name of the town, swear to God, Shawn, the name of the town is Salisbury. There's a town called Salisbury, Maryland. So I always think that, like, there they don't call the Salisbury steak Salisbury steak. They just call it steak.
Oh, well, that's a good point. What is there? I mean, do you think in France they call it French toast or they just call it toast? Or fries? They call it French fries or just fries?
I think they.
And what about German chocolate cake?
They say it in French.
What about German chocolate cake? Do they just call that chocolate cake or do they call it German chocolate cake?
German chocolate cake actually was not invented in Germany. German chocolate cake is a purely American thing.
Well, spoiler alert, I don't think French fries were invented in France.
You know why, Shawn? Because they didn't have coconuts in Germany.
Oh, yeah. Why is it called German chocolate cake then?
I think it's because the person that... No, actually, I think it's because the person that came up with it had their name was German.
Oh, I gotcha. That's kind of shady.
There's a chance like it could be called like Larry chocolate cake.
Larry missed his opportunity. Do you think the Komodo Dragons like get offended? Like when they go somewhere like, oh my God, you're a Komodo Dragon. It's like, no, I'm a dragon. No, you're a Komodo Dragon.
I'm just a dragon.
Why do you have to label me?
I want to be. No, you really can't be anywhere you want to be because you're a big fucking lizard. And I don't. Hey, reptile. That's what I meant.
Well, I wasn't talking about your class of species. I was talking about your. I don't know. I didn't go to biology school. Leave me alone. I didn't go to geology school.
I went to geology school. Now I'm going to hit you with a rock. Their unusually large size has been attributed to island gigantism.
Oh,
I have that too. Whenever, like, that's when see what island gigantism is? That's when you go, like, on vacation with your wife, like, in the Caribbean, and then she's like, oh my God, it feels bigger. And you're like, that's island gigantism, honey.
And you're like, wait, what are you doing in that other room? Ah, damn it. I knew that.
He's got a horrible case of island gigantism.
I knew that bellboy was getting a little handsy with you. Oh, look, free drinks.
Damn it.
Oh, look, chocolate cake. No, that's German chocolate cake.
That's Larry chocolate cake. Don't touch it. Since no other carnivorous animals fill the niche on islands where they live. That's why they apparently are as huge as they are, because they're like fucking the apex predator of their island.
Well, that seems dangerous though. Because if you're the apex predator, you can end up basically eating all your own food and like causing your own extinction.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it was like, like a goldfish, they will grow to the size of their environment. So you put a goldfish in a small bowl, it stays small. You put a goldfish in like a big bowl, it gets bigger.
Yeah, I never understood why that happens.
Good use of resources, maybe.
Goldfish are crazy. However, recent research suggests the large size of Komodo dragons may be better understood as representative of a population of a very large varanid lizards that once lived across Indonesia and Australia, most of which, along with other megafauna, died out after the result of human activity.
Could you imagine?
These lizards dominate the ecosystems in which they live. They hunt and ambush prey, including invertebrates, birds, and mammals. It has been claimed they have a venomous bite.
I've heard that. Yeah, it's venomous, but I thought it was more.
Yes, exactly. It's not venomous, but it's apparently like there's like bacteria
because they don't brush their teeth.
It has been claimed that they have. Exactly.
Yep. Because on that island of Komodo, kids, they don't have toothbrushes because there's an embargo against the Crest Company. It's famous case back in 1880s.
Yeah. It is there are two glands in the lower jaw which secrete several toxic proteins. The biological significance of these proteins is disputed, but the glands have been shown to secrete an anticoagulant. Komodo dragons group behavior in hunting is exceptional in the reptile world. Blah 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 blah.
Scary words. I
want to learn more. I want to learn more
words.
about their fucking bite.
Don't let one sneak up in you in your sleeping bag.
Although previous studies propose the Komodo dragon saliva contains a variety of highly septic bacteria that would help to bring down prey, research in 2013 suggested that the bacteria in the mouths of Komodo dragons are ordinary and similar to those found in other carnivores. They actually have surprisingly good mouth hygiene.
I've heard that about like dogs. Like dogs' mouths are cleaner than humans.
I've heard that too.
Which I don't understand.
But that still doesn't make me want to lick a dog's mouth. Dogs eat poop.
Well, they eat poop.
Yeah.
My dog was just licking his own butthole before I came in here.
Right? I can't lick my own butthole.
I've tried. Can't get there.
Well, to each their own.
I mean, honestly, Richard, if I could get to my butthole, we wouldn't be in this podcast right now.
No.
Hey, Shawn, you want to do a show?
No, I'm not doing a show anymore. I'm going on Pornhub. The observation of prey dying of sepsis would then be explained by the natural instinct of water buffaloes who are not native to the islands where the Komodo lives. They run to water after escaping an attack. The warm, feces-filled water would then cause infections. So that's what they're saying, where the idea came from, that apparently they're septic.
Oh, so it's a myth. So they bite, but then like things would run through like shitty water and get infected?
Yeah. But no, well, they are saying they do have these glands. The known functions of these proteins include inhibition of blood clotting, lowering of blood pressure, muscle paralysis, and the induction of hypothermia, leading to shock and loss of consciousness in envenomated prey. As a result of the discovery, the previous theory that bacteria was responsible for the deaths of Komodo victims was disputed. So they actually are fucking poisonous.
So all this time I thought it was just from them having bad hygiene, but it's actually they are poisonous.
Yeah. They have anticoagulants in their fucking bites.
So those dragons have been getting a bad name for centuries.
Well, they still, they still, are fucking big giant fucking lizards that you don't want to bite you.
Yeah, because I think, don't they bite you and like wait under the tree for whatever it is to fall out? And then they
probably. Dude, I saw a video of the fucking crocodile hunter and he was with a Komodo dragon.
That's what I'm thinking.
And the Komodo dragon started chasing after him and it fucking freaked him the fuck out. I've seen that man chase after snakes and like stick his hand down fucking holes for snakes. I've seen him jump on a fucking crocodile. Komodo dragon starts running at him. He climbs up a tree. And he's like, fuck this.
A corgi. That little bugger going for my knockers.
Yeah, he did. He was sitting there he was like, danger, danger, danger. That's why he's in the tree fucking shaking his head. Danger, danger, danger.
Frank, you go down there. Knocks him off the tree.
So you've been briefed on the Komodo dragon.
Yes.
Big giant fucking lizard.
10 foot.
It has the word dragon
when it stands on its tail.
Honestly, if this thing didn't have a venomous bite, if I wasn't worried about this thing like trying to kill me, I would totally not mind owning one.
Ew, are you one of those like lizard guys? You'd want like a lizard as a pet or a snake?
I don't know if I'd want a snake. I got a friend of mine that has a fuck ton of snakes as pets.
No.
But like okay, so like I probably am not in that camp. I would not want a snake as a pet. But if you're talking about like a lizard that's basically the size of a fucking big dog, I feel like that's a little different.
I think it's just because they're more wiry. Like a dog goes after you, like it's just like pouncing on you. Like those lizards, like they bite and then do that death roll spin. It'll rip your arm
alligators.
Off. Well, I'm sure this thing would do the same thing. It would learn. You'd be sitting there to watch Crocodile Hunter and see
that's what I'm saying. Like, if I wasn't worried about this thing, like, killing me in my sleep, like, you give me a Komodo dragon that's, like, not poisonous or, like, not up for eating meat, I'd be like, yeah, I'll own one.
I want the hippie one.
I want the veggie dragon.
So would you,
plus I can be like, oh, this is my pet dragon.
That's true. But then you guys could go to like cons and stuff and you could dress as like a knight and bring your dragon along and put like fake wings on him. And you guys could pose for pictures with your sword. Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what, Shawn, like honestly, I might be willing to risk the whole, like, possibly biting and killing me if I could do that.
That would be a good picture. We could dress my kid up as Jon Snow.
It's like fucking all like climbed up on me.
Yeah.
It's like on my back with like its head next to my head. And it's like sitting, it's like head sitting there next to my head, and it's fucking like sticking its tongue out like blah, 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 blah. I'd be like, that's fucking badass. I want it so bad. I might be willing to risk it for that. Just
Chance
saying.
It. Ugh.
Okay, so March was I haven't even started on the story. We've just been talking about the fucking Komodo dragon. March was a tempestuous month for Indonesia's wildlife authorities. They foiled the illegal sale of 5 Komodo dragons on Facebook, but a smuggling ring managed to transport more than 40 of the endangered lizards off Komodo Island and sell them abroad. This is one of the reasons why the country's government has declared the island will be closed to tourists from January 2020 on. The giant lizards, which can weigh between 68 and 91 kilograms, are likely in high demand for their skin.
Oh, so they're not even actually getting them for pets.
Yeah. See? Now I'm sad.
Yeah. Now we have to go save the dragons.
With last month's poachers reportedly selling each reptile for, well, this is in rupees or rupiah, but 500 million rupiah. And I have no idea what that is in today's money. Komodo leather is used by fashion and furniture industries, while the lizard's claws and teeth are used for jewelry and talismans. Some buyers seek Komodo dragons as display trophies.
Damn, so 500 million rupiah is about $35,000.
Wow. 35 grand per dragon, and they're saying they got 40 out.
Damn, that's a good chunk of change. Are they taking them out alive or dead? Because, I mean, like, there's big, like a big thing for like alligators and stuff. Like, they have alligator hunting seasons here in the States.
I would think you want them alive. See, okay, I mean, and this is just me being, like, if I'm thinking like a shitty poacher and thinking that like I can sell these for 35 grand a pop, I would want to take a bunch, keep them alive, so that way they can fuck.
Yeah. See, you're thinking
more dragons.
You're thinking smart. You're like, I'm gonna build a business. I'm gonna move these things like to Florida, start raising them. Then when I get done, I'll just let them out. I'll just let them go. Florida's kind of, swampy and stuff. Like, they'll be fine there.
Totally. I bet they would be. They'd fucking thrive.
Yeah. Then we'd have Komodo dragons versus boa constrictors.
Versus fucking alligators. Alligators versus dragons versus fucking boa constrictor.
Yeah. Sci-fi movie
God,
of the week.
dude.
And then they'd
have to go on Komodo dragon roundups.
Oh shit, that'd be scary as hell. But then they all you find out that they all mated, and there's like these weird alligator, Komodo dragon, boa constrictor hybrids.
Gator dragons.
Boa gator dragon.
Gator dragon constrictors.
Oh, there it is.
And they can fly because they fucked a bird too. And they breathe fucking fire. Ah!
They got that? We don't. Science, bitches.
No shit. Poaching aside, Komodo dragons are also the victims of human encroachment and natural disasters, particularly volcanic activity. The number of egg-laying female dragons has dwindled, and upon its closure next year, Komodo Island authorities seek to remedy as much of these issues as they can to increase the population and preserve the habitat. So they're like, listen, we figured out, okay, we're gonna keep the females happy, make sure they fuck. We're gonna keep people away. As for the volcanic activity, we've got like 8 or 9 virgins lined up. We're gonna throw them in. That should satisfy the volcano. And we can all get back down to the business of making more dragons.
Excuse me, where are you finding the virgins? Got another one. Throw in 9.
Where are we finding the virgins? Hang on a second. Thunk. I'm sleeping.
But I've never felt the touch of a woman.
That's the point. So they're gonna increase the population and reintroduce. They're going to try and reintroduce plants that are a bit more native to the region. The
How
island
big is this island? Does it say?
I'm right here. The island is part of the Komodo National Park, a 173,300 hectare UNESCO World Heritage Site that is made up of close to 30 islands, including Komodo, Rinca, and Padar. Komodo Airport is a 2.5-hour flight from Jakarta and has become something of a tourism hotspot in recent years with an average count of 10,000 visitors per month.
Damn.
It is unclear how long Komodo Island will remain shut, but the other islands, which house thousands of Komodo dragons among them, will remain open. So they're just closing down this one island.
So is this island
just Komodo Island? This
island just kind of like a place where it's like a free-for-all where people just can show up and kind of do whatever? Like you show up on a boat, you walk around because...
It's like The Purge, but with fucking dragons.
Yeah. Well, because, I mean, you think, like, let's say you and I go to Yellowstone for our next brocation. Like, we're going on a camping trip. Like, we can't go there and, like, sneak out bears or wolves. Like, that'd be near impossible to do, right? You're going through checked gates.
Especially the two of us.
Yeah. You would show up and be like, hey, Yogi. And we get eaten. That's probably all that would really happen. But
yep.
But I mean, you know,
they would smuggle us out of Yellowstone in their stomachs.
Yeah, and then we become poo.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. Like, how are you going to get? Like, I could see if they took the eggs, like your idea. Like, you're going to take the eggs, incubate them, hatch them, and you're going to start your own farm of Komodo dragons.
Right? Worked in Jurassic Park, right?
Ish.
I just saw the I just recently watched the newer one. Not that great. I wasn't that impressed.
You know what'll make you cry though? When they're leaving the island, spoilers, and you see that brontosaurus that like gets to the end of the dock is like brrr, brrr, because the flames are coming, and he's like dying. He's like brrr,
yeah.
Because it goes on for a while. Like, it tears at your heartstring.
Yeah, that did kind of get to me a little.
They said that was the brontosaurus that they first saw when they got there in the first one.
The very first Jurassic
Park, yeah.
Why would they do that? Why would they say that?
Yeah, because they're assholes.
That's just fucking mean. It's like, hey, you know the first dinosaur that you ever saw the first dinosaur on screen that you ever saw in your entire life, and you're like, oh my god, that looks really good. That's like, it looks like almost like a real dinosaur, and like fucking captured your imagination and made you fall in love with a whole series of fucking movies. Like, yeah, now you get to watch that dinosaur die, and you can't do shit about it because you're a terrible person.
And not just die, like die in a very horrible way. Like it burns.
Yeah,
to
right.
death.
It's gonna burn to fucking death it's gonna choke on smoke and burn to death in the ash of a fucking volcano, and there's nothing it can do about it because it's a brontosaurus and you're a piece of shit sitting in a theater watching this living creature burn.
Yeah, enjoying your popcorn, asshole. It was really weird when George Lucas stepped in to talk about that, like during the movie.
Steven Spielberg.
I know. Well, I would think that Spielberg would be the guy you'd want to do it, but they had Lucas. It was weird.
Hey guys, you know you killed this brontosaurus, right?
This is for all the bad things you said about the trilogy.
Yeah.
The prequels, assholes.
Yeah. You know who lived? Jar Jar Binks lived. You know who didn't live? This fucking brontosaurus. You know why? Because of you. Fuck you, George Lucas.
No, fuck you.
I never saw that. I never saw a butthole in that brontosaurus, so I know it's not real. Because that's how I know what makes animals real and what makes them not. And what makes an animal real, in my eyes, is that fucking brontosaurus needs a butthole.
You know what? In my eyes, what makes an animal real is a brown eye, and I didn't see a brown eye with my eye on that dinosaur.
Yeah. You show me that brontosaurus shitting in the woods, and then we'll talk about how I'm supposed to feel. Fuck you, Steven Spielberg. Now I feel like a shitty person.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. But yeah, I didn't really care for that movie either.
Yeah, it just seemed, I
mean, they kind of killed, like, why would you blow up the island?
What do you mean, why would you blow up the island?
I mean, like, if
they didn't blow up the island, the volcano blew up the island.
No, yeah, but why would they, as the writers of that movie, blow up the island?
Oh, I got
like, because now it's not gone. I mean, I'm sure it's still there, but
well, they've got 4 other islands.
Did they have 4 or 2? Oh, there's just 2 islands.
There's 5 total.
With stuff on it?
Yeah.
I thought there was just 2.
Okay, so in the movies, there were 2 that you've seen, but from what I understand of the overall story, there's 5.
Oh, I gotcha.
That's why they call the islands the 5 deaths.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I caught that or not.
So there's actually so you see the one island in the first one, you see the second island in the second one, and then I think you also see the second island in the third one. I
think so. Yeah, because the way the first one was, like, all those dinosaurs there had to get some kind of shot to keep going. Yeah. And so the first one, they all basically, what doesn't make any sense? Because that first brontosaurus you would have seen would have died when not getting the shot. There's some shadiness going on here, Richard.
I think they're just intentionally trying to make you feel shitty. That's what I think.
Assholes. Yeah, because the T-Rex from...
No, they don't have assholes.
That's true. The T-Rex from the very first one, he's the one that's throughout the rest of them, or she, because you see the claw marks from the raptors, which I think's cool.
Yeah. I don't know, just not... Like, I was not invested at all in the story of this one.
Yeah, and...
It wasn't that great.
Chris Pratt didn't feel like... He kind of felt like he mailed that one in.
Yeah, a little bit. Bit.
All right, 40 million. Here I go. Star-Lord Light. But no, like...
But you know what is real? Fucking Komodo dragons are real.
Yeah, but that's what I was trying to say. Like, if we go to one of our parks here in the States and try to, like, sneak something out, that's difficult. How is somebody sneaking out 35 Komodo dragons unless they
40.
have 40 Komodo dragons? You know what I mean? Like, are they throwing them in their boats? Are they going at night? Which
that's my guess. My guess is they're fucking like wrangling them at night.
I feel like this is like a horror movie itself. Like, you see all these people go like to get these Komodo dragons at night, and like you have like Rambo Komodo dragon going around.
That'd be fucking terrifying. There is no way they'd be like, "Hey, we want you to get off this boat in the middle of the fucking night and walk around on this island and try and catch a lizard that's like twice as big as you."
Yeah. And if
by the way, it has a poisonous bite.
Yeah.
And it's hungry.
Yeah.
Have fun. Fuck that.
I mean, have you ever heard
say.
people talk about like jungles at night, which I imagine this is kind of like semi-jungle-ish.
Yeah. Well, it's Indonesia, so like Southeast Asia.
Yeah. Like, jungles at night are not a safe place at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I don't want to go to a jungle at night.
Yeah, I don't even want to go in my woods
at
night.
Fuck off mosquitoes.
There's nothing even really bad out here besides coyotes, and they just hunt you in packs.
Yeah,
coyotes are tricky. Like,
and then they call out your name and they say Shawn.
Yeah, and you walk out, you're like, oh, there's just one coyote there. I'm gonna go, and then when you turn around, guess what? 15 of them behind you.
Yep.
That's what they do.
And then you're like, clever dogs.
Yeah.
And then they eat your face.
I'm about to get eaten by some coyotes. Listen to them howl. But yeah, coyotes are tricky. I wonder if that's how... they didn't say if these guys hunt in packs, though, right? Are they just, like, individualists?
I think they're individualists.
Because while you're looking that up, what coyotes do... This is why they get a lot of little dogs. They'll like come up to like dogs or like, you know, house animals, and they'll be like, "Bah, bah, bah," and the little dogs will be like, "I'm gonna fucking fight you." The coyote turns around and runs, and the little dog chases them far into the woods. And like I said, they get too far out, and all of a sudden, bam, 5 of them right there. Then they eat snickerdoodle.
Poor little snickerdoodle. Komodo dragons are solitary. Whew. They only come together to breed and eat.
Oh, so after like a big kill, they share?
Yeah. So they'll share then, and then they'll get together and fuck.
I just imagine it'd be like, maybe that's what they do at the same time. It's like, we just got a buffalo. I'm so horny. Let's make little Komodo dragon babies.
Mating occurs between May and August with eggs laid in September. During this period, males fight over females and territory by grappling with one another upon their hind legs, with the loser eventually being pinned to the ground. These males may vomit or defecate when preparing for the fight. The winner of the fight will then flick his long tongue at the female to gain information about her receptivity. Females are antagonistic and resist with their claws and teeth during early phases of courtship. Therefore, the male must fully restrain the female during coitus to avoid being hurt. Other courtship displays include rubbing their chins on the female, hard scratches to the back, and licking. Copulation
kind of like humans.
Occurs when
hey, can I rub your back?
I mean, like if you're into the rough stuff, if she's like, oh my god, I just finished reading 50 Shades of Grey, like, let's fuck like Komodo Dragons then. I'm asserting confidence.
I was just thinking, I mean, you have to kind of be glad that you became human, because let's say like you're back in high school and you're trying to court a woman. If you had to like shit yourself and then fight some other dude and then like pretty much like put yourself all the way on the female, like that just seems awful.
Basically, you got to first you shit and then vomit. I'm guessing because you're nervous. Then you got to fight another dude, and then after you pin him, then you got to look at the chick and be like, "Hey, what do you think?" And then she's like, "No, maybe."
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And then you got to hold her. You got to fucking hold her down. Otherwise, she's gonna scratch your fucking face off.
Yeah, or bite you and poison you.
Yeah.
Nature, like we've talked about before, like mating in nature,
rubbing your chin on her,
violent.
Komodo dragons may be monogamous and form pair bonds, which is a rare behavior for lizards.
Oh, so they may do that? Like,
yeah.
You know what it is, though? It's probably like the me and you Komodo dragons, where like we get up there and we see the ladies all lined up. And we're like, what are those guys doing over there? You can just see.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what are they? Oh, God, Richard, do we have to do that? Nope. Let's go this way. We're monogamous now,
We're
Shawn.
going to be extinct soon, aren't we?
We just won't pass our seed on.
They don't need it. It's not like I mean, there's so many of us, right? Like I walk through the jungle, I see like 12. While it's heartening to hear the efforts such as closing a tourist destination site for wildlife conservation, the sad truth remains that the number and types of species being hunted, smuggled, and killed for human desire is on the rise. From mule deer and smooth-coated otters to pangolins and certain types of fish.
Is that mule deer? Where at?
I don't know. One of the many bizarre and heartbreaking reports one hears, two stand out from recent times. One, porcupines who are unable to digest all the plants they consume are being poached for the basors that form in their stomachs, which are thought to have medicinal properties.
Is this happening in the States or all over, or is it just using those as reference? Because I think
they're just kind of giving other examples of poaching.
Because I'd like to think
they're saying that porcupines apparently are being hunted.
I'd like to think in the States that's pretty rare. Like I don't really hear of poaching in the States that often. I mean, it happens, obviously, but
and I did know this. They give an example here about African elephants that some African elephants are now being born without tusks.
Really?
Yeah. And some animal researchers are speculating that is almost like an evolutionary response to being poached for so long. Because it's been, I mean, shit, we've been hunting elephants for tusks for like what, 300, 400 years.
Yeah, it seems like if you're talking about evolution, it seems like a quick turnaround.
Agreed.
I thought I heard that like they were for like rhinos and stuff, for like whenever there's babies, the people that protect them in those countries would like paint them or cut them off. That way they wouldn't provide any value. But I mean, the tusks are there for a reason for elephants. So if you cut it off or if you paint it, it'd be fine. But
right. Okay. So that's pretty much the story. They're saying they're closing the island because motherfuckers are stealing dragons, which to a degree I kind of get, because number one, it's big fucking lizard and that's kind of cool. Number two, they have the name dragon in their name and that's also kind of cool. And that's all I got. But I wish to pose the question to you, Shawn. of all the because Komodo dragon is a fairly I would classify it as kind of a dangerous animal. You know, it's got claws, it's got a fucking bite.
It'd be an exotic.
Is there a dangerous exotic animal that you could see yourself wanting or owning?
Richard,
you look excited.
Yeah, I've had a huge like
a pet crush.
Yeah, pet crush on tigers. I think it'd be awesome to have like a big Siberian, because Siberian tigers get to be like 12 foot long. They are huge cats, and I'm a cat guy, probably more than a dog guy. I like both, but probably cats more. Like, could you imagine? Like, I've got a 120-pound American bulldog that loves to cuddle, like literally loves to be spooned. Could you imagine having like this, probably 1,200-pound cat that just loved to be snuggled? Like how soft that would be.
Okay, so obviously you're not gonna like rip the cat's teeth out, so like there is a danger of getting like your face chewed off. But would you declaw the cat? Would you declaw the tiger?
Probably, because if you didn't, like, you just come home, like your couch would just be shredded.
No shit, right?
And you can't, like, what are you gonna do? Spray it with water? That's where the balance of power.
It'll totally come out. Yeah, you're gonna like spritz it in the face. No. You know who the last person to do that was? Roy.
From what?
Siegfried and Roy.
Oh, yeah. Too soon, Richard.
It's not too soon. That was years ago.
Yeah, it's been
Chris
a while.
Rock did a joke. Chris Rock did a funny joke about that. He always said that he's like, people are like, oh, the tiger went crazy. And I was like, no, that tiger went tiger.
Yeah. I've never been like I talked about the tiger. It'd be cool to have one. But I think like we've talked before about like what's keeping our dogs from being like, fuck you, dude, I'm gonna bite your face. Like,
right.
I would have that. I have that minor fear. I just saw you look behind your shoulders. Like, is my dog fucking stalking me?
I know. Because I heard her come in just a second ago to get a drink of water, and then I was like, Then she started to walk towards me, and then you said that, and I was like, what is she doing? And now she's just like, I'm lazy old bass.
I mean, it's like a very slight, tiny fear. Like with kids and stuff like that, it's a bigger fear. But like if you had like an actual tiger in your house, like that would always have to be like at the forefront of your mind. Like, what happens if that tiger has a bad day? Right? What happens if I don't empty his kitty litter, every hour? That'd be the other problem.
Oh my God, could you fucking imagine this giant fucking tiger taking a deuce in a fucking litter box?
You'd have to have like a bathtub litter box.
You wouldn't even need to have to use a litter box. Here's what you do. Here's what you'd have to do. You'd have to have like a paint, like basically a litter box with no litter in it. But you just have the box of litter next to the fucking litter box, because then the cat will walk over and fucking drop an enormous fucking shit inside that box, to the point where you're just like, you just open up your box of litter and just pour it on top,
shovel it and throw it outside.
Yeah. Look, oh my God.
Everybody always talks about like how great exotic, like those big exotic animals would be, and it would just like, you think like dogs and cats are a lot of work just as is. Like, a big dog's 100 pounds, 80 pounds, A cat's like 10 pounds. Okay, now bring in a 1,200-pound cat. That's what you have now.
Yeah.
Can you imagine all your shit that would get broke? Like, it'd jump up on the table, like smash your computer. Or I'd do that like cat thing where it like headbutts you. But with a tiger, it'd do that and you'd like get knocked unconscious. And then
it eats you?
Yeah, you wake up, half your face is gone. It's like, sorry, thought you were dead.
You didn't feed me.
It's been an hour.
Yeah.
What do you expect? I'm a predator.
I'm a fucking tiger. I'm enormous. I need to eat a lot. What would you even feed it?
Like
a bag of cat food. Like I buy the because I have two cats. I buy the really like, not expensive, but like the kind of like grain-free fucking food.
Yeah.
For my cats. And like a bag's like, like $20. But okay, so like a gigantic fucking enormous cat that could eat me, like what are you feeding it? Are you having to buy like fucking raw ground beef and raw sirloin?
Probably.
And feed it like 4 pounds every fucking day?
It actually may not be too bad. Just like, I don't know how often they eat. Let's say they eat every other day. You just take it for walks out in the woods. It goes out, it hunts, it kills a deer, eats it, and comes back. So it might be cheaper.
Yeah, it's all fine until it until you you lay it out and like, okay, go kill something and come back, and then it comes back and it's got like a book bag like around its fucking teeth. And you're like, oh shit!
Drop that. Wait, what's in there?
Oh shit!
Not again,
babe. We gotta move again. Lulu did it again. Where's the shovel? And then you're out there in the middle of the night, burying a fucking kid.
Yeah,
burying a small child.
At least Lulu would be there, like waiting with me, doing that like shame look, like I knew I should have done that.
You're like, this is bad, bad,
kitty.
Like,
where's that water bottle? No.
We do not pick up strays from school.
I don't care if they turn and run. You're a big, scary pussycat, but I love you so much because you're so fluffy. Hey, what's that? Oh, it's a ruler. Throw that in the hole. So what would your exotic animal be?
Man, that's hard. Tiger is a really good one. I don't know. I'm kind of partial. I used to totally be a cat person. It wasn't until I have the dog I have now that this dog made me a dog person. So honestly, I might have to go with like a wolf, like an actual like big fuck off wolf.
I mean, because that's pretty much like dog like. And if you wanted to,
also like wolves are big, like a wolf compared to like the size of a dog. Like you see a big dog and you're like, oh, that's a big dog. But like you see a wolf and you're like, that's fucking enormous.
Yeah. If you get like a healthy one. I've seen some wolves, like from I think the further north you go, like into Canada, they're a little bit smaller. Uh-huh. But yeah, I mean, they're like big dogs basically. But I think the ones in like Wyoming and stuff, like I think they get like pretty beefy.
So I think a wolf would be cool.
But you could,
and I feel like a wolf would be like I feel like there wouldn't be much there wouldn't be much change between taking care of a wolf and taking care of a dog. Like I feel like I could get a wolf if a wolf was so inclined. I feel like I could get a wolf to like eat dog food.
Yeah, maybe. I guess that'd probably be like it eat dog food. But if you wanted to let it go to hunt, the neighborhood raccoons or whatever, or possums, it could.
Yeah.
Deer.
But see, like wolves are kind of like pack animals. That's the only thing. So like I feel like if I had one wolf, like I'd have to get like 5 wolves.
Yeah.
And that just seems like way too much.
Yeah, because that's one where like you're walking around and one of the wolves is like, hey Richard, come chase me. You're like, okay. You chase it down the hallway and it disappears. You turn around, the other 4 are behind you.
Yep.
You're like, oh, this isn't a game. This is dinner.
Nah. And man is on the menu.
I always thought bears would be cool too, because bears are kind of that same like big fluffy thing, like a Baloo. Like if you have a bear that was like Baloo.
Oh my god! And the fact that you could fucking like ride a bear like a horse, like a fucking pony.
I'm sure it's a
like
Russian.
You would win at everything.
Yeah,
like you would. Like that's how you fucking like. You want to know what the ultimate fucking pickup tactic is? Show up at the bar riding a bear. I don't care who you are. I don't care like what you look like. If you show up at the bar riding a fucking bear, you're getting pussy that night, because some girl's gonna be like, "Are you right? Is that a fucking bear?" And you're like, "Yeah, this is my bear." And then you just take your shirt off and you walk into a room and the whole room you feel like the whole room get moist as you walk into it, because like male and female vaginas just like instantly like just lose their shit because you showed up riding a bear.
They get that little fear boner going. Well, and the thing is too, when they walk up, it's like, is that a bear? It's like, yeah, you know what he likes? What? He likes when girls rub their boobs on him and they start doing it's like, no. He likes it when their shirts are off.
Boobs.
Okay.
You don't even see. That's the thing, is you don't even have to trick them. You don't have to do anything. You show up. You're riding a bear.
Well, I mean, it's just like
so. You just show up at the bar and you're like, "Hey, who wants to come home with me on my bear?" And then girls are like, "Yeah." And then girls are like, "Me." And then the girl hops on, and then you and fucking Baloo and the girl you just picked up ride off into the sunset for amazing fucking sex.
Come on, girl. I'm going to go show you the bare necessities.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what?
And the bear's going to watch.
While it eats honey.
It's going to sit at the foot of the bed and just sit there and juggle.
Oh, Blue, hold on. Blue's got to go potty. Whoa, cold nose. But the other thing too, Richard, think like you're thinking small game. Like you're thinking like, who wants on this? You get some girl on there, like 2 or 3 other girls, like, oh, I wanted to go. You're like, well, guess what? It's a fucking bear can hold all of you. Hop on.
Maybe you guys could ride on the bear's brother that I bought. Oh my God! He has 2 bears.
There's a video. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's probably like a Russian video. But it's this guy, and he's like snuggling up with this bear, and this bear's like he like looks like a child in this bear's arms, but the bear's like real playful with him. He's got these big ass, like his claws are like the size of your fingers, like just 4-6 inches long. Like if he wanted to, just whap, you're dead. But he's just like playing with him and snuggling with him.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna take one of my claws and shove it inside your head and kill you.
I'm gonna bite your head and pop it like a grape and suck the marrow out of your brain.
Yeah.
Nature's scary.
Scary shit, dude. No joke. They got fucking giant lizards. They call them dragons, Shawn.
Yeah. Well, I was going to touch on this a little bit because you're talking about them stealing those Komodo dragons and taking them. I thought the story was going to lead to, like, I mentioned it just a little bit, the boa constrictors in Florida. Yeah. This past November, they found a record-setting one in Florida. Richard, if you had to think, like, pythons are big, right? Like, you probably know some people that have pythons. What do you think the record-setting length of the python they found in Florida was?
Okay, you said I know some people that have pythons. Funny story, when I was a kid, when I was like,
I nicknamed my penis Python.
Probably like 13. No joke. When I was 13, I had this friend of mine, and his dad actually owned a fucking like reptile fucking like wrangling fucking business. And he had fucking snakes as far as the eye can see in his house.
Nope.
Like tons of them. No, I'm not to the best part, Shawn. So he had all these snakes in his house, right? Like tons of snakes. And he'd fucking take them out and handle them, and like poisonous, non-poisonous. Like he had bunches. Like a literal plethora of snakes. But in the basement, Shawn, alligator. There was an alligator in his fucking basement.
Alligators are cool. Alligator would be another exotic animal. Would be kind of fun to have.
He had a fucking alligator in his basement.
If you had like a little lagoon, like one of those koi ponds, but it was an alligator pond, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be pretty dope.
That was kind of how it was set up. But like, imagine like if you're that dude's neighbor and like, hey,
your
how's it
cat
going?
Goes missing.
How's it going, Dennis? And fucking door opens and alligator comes out. Fucking dunk, 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 dunk.
Because they have that like low
what
grumble.
The fuck? Yep, alligator's just gotta go potty. I'm taking him back in. Like, I'm sorry, did you say alligator?
Did I stutter?
Nope, no sir.
But Richard, what do you think the record-setting python would have been that they found in Florida?
I have no
ballpark it. Like, what do you think? We talked about the Komodo dragons being up to 10 feet.
Okay, Komodo dragons like 10 feet, so I'm gonna say 25 feet.
Oh damn, you overshot it. 17 feet 5 inches. For the record-setting python they found in Florida, which is big. Like anacondas, I think are like 25 to 30 feet.
Yeah.
It was 120 pounds.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's a big old snake. So I know that's like the big thing in Florida is like people have been releasing these because like fuck, I don't want a snake anymore, and they just throw it out there.
Yeah,
and they've been thriving.
And then that's what you get. And then it comes back and eats your fucking kid.
Oh yeah. Ugh. So. Snake story, you shared yours. I've got one that I heard. This might be an urban legend, but there was this chick that owned a python, right? It was maybe like 8-12 feet long, like a pretty good sized one. She goes in the vet one day, or no, her snake for the longest time, like it stops eating. And you know, snakes eat like once every 2 weeks or something like that. Like they have like,
oh my God, I think I've heard this story, but keep going.
And she would sleep with her snake. And apparently the snake wasn't coiling up anymore. It was like straightening itself out at night. And so she goes into her vet and she's like, all right, so I've got this snake. He's not eating anymore. And he keeps stretching himself out.
The way I heard it was the snake was constantly like the snake was like curling around her while she was sleeping. Like it was like it was like moving on her and around her when she was sleeping.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, the one I heard was like it was stretching itself out, and the vet was telling her it was doing that because he was prepping himself to eat her.
Yeah. It was like as it was like, because she apparently, since she was sleeping with the snake, and the snake was like moving around her, like around her head, and like moving on her body and shit. The vet was like, the story I heard was that the vet was like, no, the snake is sizing you up.
Yeah.
Like, it's trying to figure out, okay, how hungry am I going to have to be to eat this thing? Like, how,
the vet was like, get out of the house kind of thing.
Yeah.
The snake is inside the house. That's why snakes kind of creep me out to begin with.
And then she threw the snake out, and you know what, Shawn? It came back,
disguised as a vacuum salesman. He goes,
Candygram,
can I interest you in some vacuums? Pizza.
Land snake.
All right, Richard. As we're getting ready to leave Komodo Island after we've saved all these Komodo dragons, we've brought this awareness to our LOBarmy. So don't buy any Komodo skins. So Can you tidy this up with some Richard's closing thoughts?
That's something we didn't touch on at all. Is the fact that, like, who the fuck's like, who's like, hey, do you see this couch? This is genuine Komodo fucking leather.
Rich people are weird.
You know why? It's because they leave the Komodo off. Because I'll tell you what, if I'm a dude, the first thing I'm doing when a girl walks into the house is like, hey, check out that couch. You know what it is? Dragon leather.
Do you think it's actually like they actually mess up? So like they're talking to whoever their person is to get this, and it's like, you know what? I could really go for like a Komodo, I don't know, like a Komodo outfit, and like Komodo dragon. Yeah. And they go and they steal the Komodo dragon, bring it back, cut it up, give it to him. It's like, wait, this isn't a Komodo. It's supposed to be like silky and soft. The guy's like, wait, do you mean Komodo? Oh, damn it.
There you go. Shawn brought it back around. Okay, so to close this off, I will say this. Save the planet. Save the dragons.
Save the cheerleaders. Save the world.
Here's why you need to save the dragons, is because this is the only animal with the name dragon, and it's with dragon in its name. And like, if that goes away, what do you got? What are you gonna call the fucking skink a dragon? Can't call it a dragon.
Well, there is the bearded dragon.
It's a lizard that's like,
it's a little.
It's like 6 inches long.
That doesn't count.
Can't call it a dragon. What other animal aside from this is worthy of the title of dragon? And until real dragons show up, this is what we're getting. So be good to the dragons, and they'll be good to you. They won't bite you.
Bring in cotton candy. They like cotton candy.
Yeah, and tigers are cool, and wolves are cool.
Jurassic Park 2 was not cool.
And fuck Steven Spielberg for trying to make me feel bad.
Don't kill the dinosaurs.
The dinosaur didn't even have a butthole.
All right, well, let me do a little bit of housekeeping. Visit our website, we're at languageofbros.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at languageofbro. Email us at eatthebeaver at languageofbros.com. Like us on Facebook. Remember, we are part of the Pod Bros Network,
the conservation network of Komodo Island.
Yeah. All right, well, is there anything else before I close her out?
Nope, and nope.
All right, well, that's all the bros we have for this show. I'm Shawn.
And I'm Richard.
And I say we eat the beaver dragon.
That's a good point. We didn't, like, would you want a beaver?
No, because I think those things are mean, too. Those tails are like freaking mallets. Like, whop.
They're super mean.
Yeah, and then they like wood and eat it.
I know what you're talking about.